Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorna and today I'm going to be taking you through another beginner's yoga sequence that would be perfect for the morning. So whether you're just beginning on yoga or you're looking for something a little bit more gentle, a little bit slower, then this video is for you. So let's get started. So we're just going to begin in a nice easy seated pose. So it can be legs crossed, it can be legs out in front, anywhere that you feel comfortable that you can spend a couple of minutes just working here. You can always come onto a cushion to lift your hips up a little bit just to ease them off if they're feeling a little bit tight. So make sure you're sitting down through the sit bones. You can feel both of them. You're not wonky on one side or the other. You're drawing up through the spine, but you're slightly tucking under with the pelvis, so you're not completely reaching forwards. You've got a nice straight, easy spine, and the shoulders are relaxed. Just resting the hands onto the knees, drawing up through the crown of the head, and just having the gaze low or the eyes closed, and just begin to tune into your breath. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest, of the shoulders, and maybe that slight movement through the belly. Just take some time here just to be with yourself, just to settle and let all other thoughts, plans, worries just completely melt away. We're going to take 3 deep inhales and exhales, and we're going to exhale through the mouth, so really letting everything just go. So inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Make it a nice audible sound. Inhale through the nose, really fill the lungs, and exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Just now opening the eyes. We're going to take the left hand down onto the mat, just resting there. And inhale, draw that right arm up, gazing up towards the hand. And then as you exhale, begin to take a nice gentle side bend. Maybe looking underneath the right arm, or maybe up towards the hand. So you should feel that stretch across the right hand side of the body. And we inhale, lengthen back up, exhale, bring the right hand down. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So inhale, draw the left arm up, really reaching up. And then exhale, taking that side bend. Feel nice and open through that left shoulder. Inhale back up, exhale, and do the same again. Inhale, really reaching up, and then exhale, taking that bend. Inhale up, bring that right hand down. Inhale with the left arm, exhale, taking it into that side bend. You might be able to creep that right hand a little bit further down the mat. And coming back up. Exhale, bring the hands down, taking a gentle twist here. So bringing that left hand onto the right knee. Take the right hand out in front to begin with, so you can feel length. And then exhale, begin to sweep that right arm around behind you and just place the fingertips on the mat behind you. Draw up through the spine and then take that twist. Maybe looking over the right shoulder. Not putting any pressure on that left hand. We're not reaching round and grabbing. We're just gently easing that spine into that twist. And then come back to the center, nice and slow, swapping over. So right hand onto left knee, left hand out in front to begin. Relax the shoulders, and then exhale, take it round into that twist, looking over the left shoulder. And then we come back to the center. So resting the hands onto the knees, we're just going to start to take some cat-cow stretches, but just really focusing on the spine. So keeping the shoulders relaxed, they're not drawing up to the ears. We're just opening and flowing down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to start to bring some arms into this now. So as we inhale, take the arms out. And as we exhale, hugging in. So look at which hand is on top or which elbow is on top. Inhale, we're going to swap it over. So this time the opposite elbow on top, hugging it in. Inhale, saying good morning. And exhale. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. So we're going to bring ourselves around onto all fours now. So finding your knees underneath your hips, hands forwards of the shoulders. We don't want that straining in the wrist. We want to be nice and relaxed. Maybe it's in the morning, maybe you're just opening up. This is your first practice of the day, whatever time you're doing it. You want to be nice and easy. So inhale, gazing up, taking the chest down towards the floor. And exhale, curling under. So this is our cat-cow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Then we're just going to take it from side to side. So gazing down towards that right foot. Back to the center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Looking over towards the right. Back to center. Over to the left. Back to center. Taking the knees mat width apart, bring the big toes together, begin to sink back into a child's pose. So reaching the hands forward, but just have the elbows resting onto the mat and just rest the forehead down. If the forehead doesn't reach here and you're feeling really tight through the shoulders, bring the palms down onto the mat, forehead rests on the back of the hands, even onto the fists. So wherever feels comfortable, you want to make sure you've got that connection with the forehead on something rather than just hanging here. You can really let go, relax through the shoulders and just start to move the hips from side to side. Deep breaths, opening up. Getting ready for the morning, whatever you've got planned. Bringing yourself back up into all fours. We're going to take that right foot forwards into a lunge position. So edging that foot a little bit closer towards the top of the mat so we can have our knee over our ankle. And we're just going to start to move forwards and backwards. So we're opening up into that hip. So if you watch the first video, you might start to recognize some of the poses here. So maybe you can start to not watch the video anymore, but instead, rather than looking, just moving with your breath and your body, maybe taking your gaze to the front of the mat. So holding here, we're going to inhale, come up onto our thigh. And then as we inhale, straightening up the leg. And then exhale, easing down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time, inhale up. And exhale down. So you're going to hold here for a moment. Maybe raise the arms up if that feels comfortable. Opening up, big breaths. Bring the hands down, step up into your cat. And then swapping over, so taking that left foot forward. So again, moving forwards and backwards. If you need to edge that foot closer to the top of the mat, as you begin to open up a little bit more. Maybe start to lift through the chest, so we're not arching down, taking it forwards. And then coming up, so similar thing. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhaling. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. So we're either going to stay here or raise those arms up. Maybe gaze up towards the hands as you engage through the core, keeping that balance. And then bring the hands down. Step back into that all fours position. Coming into a child's pose, so knees are wide. Sinking down. Maybe moving from side to side. Just following your body and how it's feeling, making it your practice. And then we're going to walk the hands towards the knees, untuck the toes. We're going to come into a squat position. So we've got the heels lifted off the mat. And we're finding that strength in the core to find our balance. And we're either just going to stay with the hands planted, or we're going to bring the hands to the heart center. Just beginning to open up. So we're stretching through the feet here. We're beginning to switch on that core a little bit more. And we're also strengthening through the legs, stretching out. If we're feeling a little bit tight, just relaxing and breathing. We're not going to be here forever. And then planting the hands. We're coming into a forward bend. So planting the feet down, feet hip distance apart. And just bending through the knees, just beginning to move around. So if you're up here, then that's totally fine, but we're just going to bend the knees so we can come down onto the mat. Moving around. Relaxing through the neck, so gaze in between the legs. And then we're going to transition into standing, so tucking the chin into the chest, slowly rolling all the way up, coming into your standing position. So in that standing position, bring the hands to the heart center. And just feel that you're lifting up. So from here, we're going to step forwards with that left foot, so we're facing the lengthways of our mat. So bring the hands onto the hips, stepping out to the side, turning both feet so you're facing towards me. And bringing the feet so they're parallel with the tops and bottom of the mat. Bringing the hands to the heart, bringing the hands to the hips. And then we're going to inhale, draw the arms up, exhale to the heart center. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to come into a forward bend, so bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale. Start to send the sit bones to the back of the room, coming down with a really flat back. So you might need to widen your stance a little bit. So finding a place where you can feel comfortable. There's just a slight stretch, but nothing too unbearable. And maybe bring your hands down onto the mat. If you're here, again, if that's not accessible, bring the hands just to rest onto the shins. So we're finding a place where you can just breathe and be comfortable. Maybe again moving the hips from side to side so you feel that stretch in the inner thighs. shoulders creep down a little bit more. And then bringing the hands onto the hips, coming up to a halfway point, lift all the way up. So we're going to turn out that right foot, so the toes are pointing towards the top of the mat. So we've now got our back foot's parallel with the bottom of the mat, and our big toe is facing towards the top of the mat. From here you're going to bend that front leg, so you might need to extend your stance again, so your knee stays over your ankle, hips are facing forwards, and then you're going to raise up through the arms, and here you're in your warrior two. So looking at the backhand, you want to make sure that it's in line with the shoulder. So if you notice it's dropping down here, just raise it up so you've got a straight line all the way from that middle finger to the top middle finger, sinking down. From here, we're going to inhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Exhale down. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Then we're going to bring that forearm onto the thigh. And with that back hand, it's either going to come onto the hip as we open up. Maybe we can take that arm up, or maybe over towards the ear. If that's really straining through the shoulder, then relax and maybe take it back. Or even if you're here, you're still opening up. There's so many different variations that you can take here, so find one that you can feel comfortable with. Engage through the core, coming back up into that warrior two. Sink down. Bring the hands onto the hips, straighten the front leg and turn that right foot in. Maybe walk in a little bit, give the legs a bit of a shake if you need to. So you're going to do it on the other side. So turning that left foot out and then bending at the knee. So knee over the ankle, so increase your stance as much as you need to. And then opening up. So we're in that warrior two on the opposite side. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Bring the forearm onto the thigh. Taking the arm, so again you can have it up over towards the ear, onto the hip. Maybe wrap it around, open up, raising up, imagining you're opening, saying good morning to the sun. Just breathing here. Take it back, lift it up into that warrior. Hands onto the hips, turning that foot. We're going to come into that forward bend one more time. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forwards. So bring the hands down, maybe bending the knees this time so we can bring the hands down onto the mat. You might notice each time you practice, maybe those legs come a little bit more straight. Bringing that left hand down towards the center, we're going to twist up. So bring that right arm up towards the sky. So it's either staying up or maybe wrapping it round towards that left thigh. Bring that right hand down, planting that right hand. Inhale, sweep up with the left hand. Take it round behind you or keep it up. Bringing that down. From here we're going to walk the feet in. We're coming into that squat position. So walking the feet to their hip distance, bending through the knees. We're going to take that squat once again. Hands to the heart center. Lift up through the chest. Then we're going to come round into a child's pose. So dropping down onto the knees. Sinking down into that child's pose. Walking the hands towards the knees, swiveling round. You're going to sit onto our mat. So extending the legs out in front of you. We're going to take that right foot, bending that in. So extend away with that left leg. Feel that extending forward, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a forward bend. So inhale, draw the arms up. Lengthen out through the ribs. Exhale, folding forwards. So finding a comfortable place where you can rest the hands. Maybe they're just down here. Maybe you're up here. This is where you're working. Maybe you can creep forwards. Maybe taking hold of the ankle or the foot. Doesn't matter where you're working or where your hands are. It's all in this stretch in the leg. So whether I'm here, or here, or here, I'm getting the same stretch. Walking the hands back, swapping over with the legs. So left leg down, extend through the hips, taking the toes towards the sky. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, folding forwards. So keep feeling like you're sending that right hip back. We're not completely collapsing forwards. We're still trying to keep the hips square wherever we are. Just breathe, gazing towards the ankle or the big toes. Bringing the legs into a cross-legged position, taking the hands behind you. So having those spider fingers, just the fingertips pressing into the mat. Inhale, draw up. One nice deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Bringing the hands forward, just start to walk the fingertips forwards. Again, even if you're just here. Just be happy with where you are today. Just have a little smile to yourself. You're going to have a good morning. And then bringing them back. Just bringing the fingertips back. We're just going to take some twists through the legs. So taking the legs over to the right, looking over to the left. And then we come back to the center, swapping over. And come back to the center, rolling very gently down onto the mat. So engage through the core, relaxing down, extending the legs. And opening up into Shavasana. If you're feeling tight through the back or you can't quite get it down to the mat, bend the knees, bring the feet mat width apart. Knees are touching. Slightly lifting through the pelvis so you've got the whole spine pressing into the mat. You've done the hardest part, which was coming to the mat today. So well done. If you have time to stay here, then just pause the video and just spend a few minutes just focusing on your breath. Watching it as it inhales, watching it as it goes in and out. You have to get moving. Just give yourself a mental high five. Roll very gently onto your right hand side. Spend a couple of breaths here, just bringing yourself back. Just choosing what you're going to bring back. Softness, ease, openness, a smile. And then coming into a seated position. Bring the hands to the heart center and just gently open the eyes. We're going to inhale, draw the hands up. Gaze up at the thumbs. And exhale to heart center. Once again. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me with my practice this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on a video, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you again next time. So turning that foot out slightly, we've got our hips are facing forwards. If you notice your hips are coming off to the side, that might be because you are on a bit of a tightrope.